Checkmate. Successful people have mastered the art of spending time alone. They understand the power and the leverage points when I get time with myself. And I get in my head and I get in my heart and I understand my behaviors and my belief systems and my parameters and what I need to do and how I need to sow and where I need to send my energy and how I need to execute in the day. They understand it's a superpower. But everybody doesn't need to know what you're doing. And this is why we have so many copycats and knockoffs and counterfeits and frauds, because you brought people along with you that were not in your inner circle along throughout your process while you were building it instead of just revealing it after it was already done.
And if you want it that bad, if you're willing to give it that much, you get a big piece of what you want. And dreams do come true. Anything you want can happen and become a reality. I believe that sincerely, and I'll die on that thought.
I say I made a full commitment that I'm gonna go and be a bodybuilding champion. I made a full commitment that I'm gonna be in America. I made a full commitment that I'm gonna get into show business and I'm going to be a leading man. No matter what it takes, I will do the work. I will do the work over and over and over until I get it. And the same was in politics and everything like that. So to me, it is very dangerous to have a plan B because you're cutting yourself off from the chance of really succeeding.
One day I made a decision that enough is enough. I'm tired of being average. I'm tired. I'm tired of being good. I'm tired.
How many people in your immediate environment, those people who are in your sacred circle, represent people who are on the same mission as you? Or do you have a bunch of people on your list who are not on the same mission as you, and those individuals are pulling you down? I have cut off the people who are not on the same mission with me, and I've surrounded myself with people who have the same values, who have the same mindset, and people who want to accomplish what I want to accomplish.
And we go to sleep and wake up talking about the dream. We go to sleep and wake up talking about the dream. We go to sleep to wake up, talk about what we did when we first started, talk about where we are, examining what we did right, what we did wrong. Listen to me, you gotta eat the dream. You have to sleep the dream. You have to dream the dream. You have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to feel it when it's not tangible. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You gotta be possessed with the dream.
For as long as it takes to get good at it. It only seems like it happens overnight for most successful people because you didn't know who they were for the years they were struggling and putting in the work when nobody was watching. So just stick to the script. Trust that what you're doing right now is gonna pay off in the long run. Don't ask when, just keep showing up and doing your thing.
When you start living your life and start falling in love with the process and the journey and the process starts to love you back. Right now, you're not even focused on certain goals or destinies. You're just focused on moving in this direction, taking the necessary steps, and understanding that if I keep myself open, good things are gonna happen.
Potential is not what you can achieve. It's who you can become.
You are called to do something great. A lot of you really messed up the first 2 quarters of your life. And if you're like me, you gotta believe you got a 3rd quarter and you got a 4th quarter. And after all that's been said and done, every blessing and every battle, and every memory and every image of the past, release yourself from the trauma, torment, and pain of it all. Step into your 3rd quarter, step into your 4th quarter. Be fully persuaded that it's your turn and it's your time. I don't care what the scoreboard says. You have an opportunity. A warrior only needs one more opportunity to reveal to the world that he is more than just a dreamer.
You came up short, then you need to keep your eyes looking forward, not backward, because your greatest life is ahead of you, not behind you.
I don't need to keep addressing the fear. Because if I address it once, if I face it, then it gets out of my face. I'm telling you that the greatest part of you is waiting for you to announce itself in the arena of life and say, I am that man, I am that woman in the arena. I am not afraid of what may come through the door. Whatever's behind the door must come and face me in a room that I've already grown accustomed to. You want to take me when I'm broke? I've been there. Take me when I've lost something? I've been there. Whatever it is that you've got to face, let that fear die. With the wins that you've accumulated, because you've already faced the worst enemy you'll ever have, yourself.
Understand your limitations. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Where are you losing? Where are you winning? How do you need to change your beliefs to align with the correct behaviors? What type of behaviors and parameters and values do you need to have established and hardwired within yourself? Who do I need to become to accomplish what it is I've been destined to do? When you spend that time alone and you can think and you can pray and you can meditate, and everybody's not in your mix, you're able to grow something that could leave a legacy and impact the lives of millions of people. Never underestimate the power of getting alone with yourself.
Nobody cares where you started. Nobody's stopping you. There's nobody that's got to take your resume. There's no grades that matter. None of it. What matters is, are you willing to hustle? And how bad do you want it?
Master the 3 W's. You got to want it, you got to work it, then you got to win it.
I know that's right.
Now, how bad do you want it?
A lot of times people tend to get very comfortable with themselves and they're always celebrating the same victories over and over and over again. But the moment they get uncomfortable or they find themselves in a new environment, they either freeze up or they go back. You got to be the person that wants to go a little bit further in whatever it is that you're doing in your life. Remember, as you live, there is opportunity to be greater.
Wake up. Nothing is going to come to you. Nobody's going to give you anything. I still have to work. And when the sun comes up, I still have to get to running. So you've got to ask yourself, what's your why? What motivates you? What pushes you? What drives you? And if that thing is internal, if nobody has to call you, if nobody has to prod you, if nobody has to reward you, if nobody has to give you anything, if you are self-motivated and self-regulated, you can have it, you can be it, you can do it. Everything you ever wanted, son, you're right there. Not only will you have what other people don't have, you'll do what other people can't do. In order for you to be able to do what you need to do like a Tony Robbins, there's some things that you don't have in your arsenal that if you can just admit you don't have it in your arsenal, then you can go get it. But until you admit that you don't have it, you'll never be able to do it.